Good morning, everybody. This is AKA Heather Joy, and you've just boarded the lifeboat. Welcome, everybody. Let me put the on here. There we go. All right. Hopefully, you guys have wandered over here because you are looking for some help with addiction recovery and sobriety and maintaining that sobriety. And if that's what you're looking for, then you found the right place. It's good to see everybody. Let's see, we got Teresa, 7th, Jason, JT, Monk, 7th Son, Book Buddy, Full of Hope, Scooby, Monk. Let's see. Oh, there's Snotface. Nice. And who else? And of course, we got Charlie. Anyway, I think that's everybody so far. Oh, welcome and good morning to everybody. That still just amazes me that you guys get up this early, especially for those of us on the yeah. I'm pointing to the west, yes, that end of the United States. Yeah, it's a little bit early, and then we got Full of Hope, and it's about noon, isn't it? Where you are? She's in Ireland. Anyway, before I get started, I better run through the few rules that we have here. Number one, no politics, please. That's sometimes we do talk politics, but it's usually has, everything to do with the drug crisis. And that's totally up to Tommy's discretion. Anyway, the second one, no religion. I mean, this is not a religious channel. It's fine to say things like, I couldn't have found my sobriety without my faith, or, offering to pray for someone. That's not a problem. But if you get over into the territory of, telling someone that your God is better than their God or anything like that, that's right out, guys. Anyway, the third one is please refrain from cursing in the live chat and the comment section. As Tommy always says, if you can't control your mouth, then you can't control your life. And the fourth one is no trolls. This is a place where people come to get support and to get help, to, build each other up. And so if you are going to be mean, you're going to get banned. That's all there is to it. And then I have a few requests. The first one is that you exit the chat right now and just go hit that little thumbs up button and then come back in. Anyway, if you can please like and share, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We really want to reach as many people as we possibly can on YouTube. I know that, addiction is an issue that affects every class, every walk of life. I mean, every job. And we really do want to reach out and try to help as many as we can. So please do those few things, if you would please. That really does help the algorithm to put this out to more people. And I did not know until last October that there were even channels on here that were, for addiction recovery support. I had no idea. And it was just, the lifeboat just was right there on my feed last October, So let's get it out to more people, Anyway, today is, sorry guys, I keep knocking my desk and it shakes the camera. Anyway, this is the second part of something I started how many days ago now? I don't even remember. But anyway, this is the second part on, alternatives for treating pain. There's a lot of other things you can do besides just the over-the-counter or prescription medications. And so I'm just going to be continuing on with that. And I just realized that, wait, is Jason in here? I just realized that I was going to give him a bunch of information about methadone. And I went to, yeah, he's here this morning. Hi, Jason. I wanted to be able to give you more information than just what I have in like my nursing drug book and things like that. And I have a really good friend who is a pharmacist, and he wasn't at the pharmacy last night. So I'm going to talk to him, and and I will get back because I really wanted to give you just more than the basic info. And I tried to get him last night, and yeah, he had already gone home. So I am sorry, but I'm gonna get you. I promise. I will follow up on that. Anyway, let's see. I'm trying to remember where I left off, and I don't remember, guys. I have somewhat of an idea, but let's see. There were a few things that I found too that I had failed to go over. I was talking about the last time I was on, I talked about some of the antidepressants that are used to help treat pain. And I went through the SNRIs and the SSRIs. But I failed to go through, there's a list of really old, the tricyclic antidepressants. I don't believe I went through that. And let's see, I have a notes here somewhere. Oh yes, right here. Okay, yeah, there's a list here of tricyclic antidepressants that they actually use sometimes to help treat pain, if you've got chronic pain. And let's see, I've got on here amitriptyline, nortriptyline, protriptyline, lots of those, doxepin, imipramine, let's see, chlormipramine, and desipramine. These are all older antidepressants. And they do, but they do at times, in some people, they do help treat pain. They don't like to use the tricyclics as much as they used to now that they have the what is it, the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors and those like that. There were some nasty side effects that kind of came with the tricyclics. Let's see, it was blurred vision, drowsiness, dry mouth, nausea. Let's see. Okay, orthostatic hypotension. If you stand up really quickly, and your body hasn't had time to get your blood pressure where it needs to be, and you stand up really fast and you're like, whoa, and you get really dizzy, that's orthostatic hypotension, and that can be a problem with the tricyclics. Another one is weight gain. I know for a lot of people, it does something to your metabolism and the signals that your brain uses, to signal your body when to eat and when to quit eating, that kind of thing. It kind of messes that up. And a lot of people that are on the tricyclics, and some of the newer ones too, find that they're hungry all the time. And so that can cause some weight gain. And then other times it just kind of mucks up your metabolism a bit. So, there's and then, see, brain fog too is something that they have with that constipation. Let's see, difficulty urinating was another one. And there were even some people that it affected their heart rhythms, and also it really, I think it affects the testosterone levels. Men and women both have testosterone in their bodies, and that's what drives, that's your sex drive. And with these older tricyclics, they tend to lower the your levels of testosterone, and so it really can give some sexual dysfunction. I don't did I already talk about this? I can't remember, guys. Good grief. If I've already gone through this, I apologize, but I don't think I did. So anyway, that was just kind of the yeah, the antidepressants that they can use to treat chronic pain at times. Let's see. Where do I want to jump from here? Let's see. Okay, I know where I'll go from here. And there are so many different things that you can do, to help treat pain. And honestly, just from what I've experienced, myself having chronic pain and also being a nurse, there's nothing that's going to treat pain like, the over-the-counter medications, like the Tylenol, ibuprofen, naproxen, stuff like that, but especially the narcotic painkillers, the opioids, the opiates. Nothing is going to, treat pain quite like that. But there are a lot of, of other things that you can do. And, there's no way I can, that I can ever go back to being on, narcotic painkillers. It's just not an option for me. And so I find that there's a lot of little things that I can do that do make a big difference, when they're all put together. And so that's kind of what I'm just going over. Let's see here. Okay, I know that I covered this before, but I just want to go over this again. I was talking last time about CBD and a THC, the cannabis. I just want to reiterate that CBD, first of all, I can never say the word properly. Cannabinoid. I can never say that right. Anyway, that it's you've got CBD, CBG, and CBN are some of the more popular, the more, there's all kinds of cannabinoids, but those are some of the good ones. And I just wanted to go over that again and just restate that if you haven't tried CBD, or if you have tried CBD but you didn't get any help out of it, one of the reasons might be is that it's something that you have to take daily for it to work. You have to build up, a certain level in your body before you're going to start to notice something like that. But CBD can be so helpful. But I need to clarify too. There are a couple of ways you can get it too. You can inhale it. You can put it, on your skin, or you can ingest it. And with the CBD, I'm talking, when I say that you need to take it every day for it to be effective, that I'm talking about ingesting it. I'm not sure about the topical. If you rub a cream in to your skin or something, I don't think you have to do that every day for it to be effective, but you do have to ingest it every day, and it takes a while, for it to build up. And it's kind of one of those things where you're not sure if it's helping until you quit. And after probably about 3 days, if you're ingesting CBD, CBG, or CBN, any of those, and you've been doing it daily, and then you go off of it for a couple of days, it's usually about 3 days, then you start to notice, you're like, oh wow, it really was helping. That's kind of at least what I have noticed with that. But CBG, I can't say enough good about CBG. This is a wonderful cannabinoid. It is so anti-inflammatory. I have seen, no, I haven't seen, shouldn't say that. I have heard from, there's a pharmacist at one of the dispensaries where I go to get my stuff when I'm here, when I go here in Utah. And this pharmacist is just amazing. I'm hoping I could actually get him on a live stream sometime because he's really cool. But he was telling me that he has got patients that have got multiple sclerosis, all kinds of different chronic painful conditions where that are debilitating, and he has put his patients on something, some kind of oil or tincture or whatever. But the ones that he has his patients take have got the CBG in them. And he's just seen miracles happen where people with multiple sclerosis that were in wheelchairs are now walking, using a cane or something. And those that were using a cane are now walking without it. I mean, it's a really, really good one. Can't say enough good about that one. It's one of my favorite ones. Sometimes I have a hard time finding it, and so I'm always tickled when I can find it. Let's see, the CBN, I'm just going to go over that again, is really, really good for sleep. And then the THC, of course, that is the cannabinoid that has a, what's the word I'm looking for? A psychoactive effect, where it's going to affect you up here, and it's going to change it's going to change your perception on everything. The other things that I mentioned, CBD, the G, and those have psychoactive effects. But I have found, just using it myself, I love it when I can find a combination that has all of those in it, because that really helps. But that's how I sleep, honestly, at night. And I used to not sleep. And if you've got chronic pain and you're dealing with that and you're not sleeping, it's even more difficult to deal with. I mean, I think you're in more pain, and it's harder to deal with, But there are so many different ways of taking, using cannabis. And let's see, I got a bunch of stuff here. I mean, I've got hemp rubs, and good grief. This is one of my favorite ones. I don't remember where I picked this one up, but this has got the THC in it, and it's got the CBD. What else is in it? I don't have let's see. Yeah, it's got CBD, CBG, CBN, menthol, and the THC. And this stuff, I find it so helpful. Just rubbing this into my skin, in just a few minutes, it can make such a huge difference. Where your nerves are just screaming, and then you can get that on. It's usually in my neck. I use it, and it just helps so much. And I really hope that someday they will make cannabis something that is legal, federally, because there are so many people that can really benefit. At least I feel, from this. But you can, like I said, you can get it in so many different forms. Like this bottle right here is just straight THC oil. And that's nice to have when I've got a spot that really hurts. And this has actually got a bunch of other things in with it, kava, and let's see, peppermint, which is really good for pain. There's so many different ways you can get this stuff. And I've got so many different jars of this around the house. It's kind of crazy. I mean, honestly, I've got all kinds of stuff around the house. But it's very, very helpful one. And my husband and I, since we both run, and we're always training, we're always sore. And so I find this really, really helpful. But you can get it also. I'm actually leaving today. I'm headed to Colorado today, and I'm really excited because Colorado, as far as the dispensaries, Colorado's where I find the best stuff. Honestly, the combinations of things that they have, like Mary's Medicinals is such a good one, and they will put combinations of things together that have a synergistic effect and really help. So they'll put like trying to think, like peppermint and cat's claw and feverfew and boswellia. I mean, they'll mix all kinds of other things that work together to really help with pain and inflammation. And for some reason, Colorado is the place where I find the best stuff, where I can get these combinations of things, where they mix the herbs together and put it in with the CBD and the THC. But you need little transdermal patches that they usually last, I think, about 12 hours or something. When I fly, I really like to slap a few of those on my body in different places, just because, that really helps. But, there's so many different ways that you can use cannabis. You don't have to just smoke it or vape it, or, you can eat it, you can rub it into your skin. It's good stuff. And I was really surprised. I was delightfully surprised when Utah came out with their medical marijuana program. That really surprised me. I remember voting for it, and I didn't think it would go through, and it did. And I'm just really lucky that I've got a card and I can use it. And yeah, very, very helpful though, guys. Let's see, where should I jump to now? Actually, I'm just gonna show you what else I've got in my little goodie box here. Magnesium. This is just a spray. I believe, is it oil? Yeah, it's oil. Magnesium. It's a magnesium spray, and magnesium. You can take it orally, but soaking it through your skin is so helpful too. I mean, we always have bags of Epsom salts upstairs in the bathroom, to put in the bathtub and soaking when we get really sore from, leg day or what have you. But this stuff too, I really, really like this stuff because I can get out of, I can soak and then get out and then spray this and rub it in my skin and get even more magnesium. But the magnesium really helps with pain because it just helps relax your muscles. And using it through your skin I find to be very, very helpful. I mean, I've got lotion here. I have been able to find, I'm out of it right now, but there's a jar. What is it? Where do I get that from? Let me think. Crud, I can't remember. And this is one that I'm going to have to look it up and tell you guys later. But there's these jars that I can get that's got CBD and magnesium. And I believe there's like peppermint or wintergreen or something in there. But that combination of the CBD and magnesium together is really, really helpful. If you've got sore muscles, sore joints, magnesium is really, really helpful. One of my favorite things. There's also, I was going to tell you guys too, there are different forms of magnesium as far as what you can take internally. Let's see, there's oxide, which is probably the most common form of magnesium. That one tends to affect your stomach a little bit more than the others. When you take magnesium internally, when it pulls moisture, it pulls water into your intestines. So if you're struggling with constipation, magnesium's a very good way of curing that problem. But for some reason, the magnesium oxide seems to be a little bit rougher on your stomach. So and if you struggle with constipation, especially if you are like me, where you have used to struggle with addiction to opiates. That definitely can give you constipation. And, if you are abusing it long term, like for decades, like I was, it can really mess up your GI tract permanently. And so just remember, magnesium and oxide is really good for constipation. But citrate, I believe, is a little bit more gentle on your stomach, the magnesium citrate. But that one, I think, is a little more helpful for sore muscles, things like that. But there's also, good grief, there's so many different forms of it. There's a form you can get, I don't have that with me, but there's a form, I believe it is, good grief, I can't remember right now, but it's a powder that you can, it's just magnesium, but it's in a powder, and you can mix it up in water and it fizzes. So I guess it's a bicarbonate kind of, trying to remember what it's called. But anyway, that one's a good one too. But if you take too much of that, and it's really easy to do, you'll have diarrhea all day. But that one is really helpful for sore muscles too. And then there's a more expensive type that I have purchased in the past for my husband. And I can't remember what that one is either, but it was really good for muscles. But anyway, there are different forms of magnesium, and yeah, but they all are really helpful. I think when you're sore, and I believe I talked about this in part 1, but adding malic acid to the magnesium that you take if you struggle with chronic pain. The malic acid, it's a fruit acid, and I don't remember what the mechanism of action on that one, but it does help with just taking your levels down a little bit. It's not a huge difference, but like I was saying at the beginning, a lot of the times it's just like little things that you can do here and there, and a combination of them is what makes a big difference with your pain levels. Let's see, what else have I got in here? Good grief, you guys, there's so many different things you can, so many different rubs and things, like rock sauce, that's a good one. Oh, where did I put? Aha, there they are. Okay. I love these pain patches. I've got all kinds of different types here, but they stick right, you just peel the back off and slap it to the spot where you're struggling, where it's sore, and it really does help. And this is one of my favorite ones. It's a hot patch is what it's called, but it's got capsaicin in it, so all of you who come over here from Johnny's channel will appreciate that. But I believe I mentioned this the last time I was on, but capsaicin, if you have it in a form that you can rub into your skin, and you do it on a regular basis, a couple of times a day, every day for a few weeks, it can take your pain levels down by about 50%. It's something that you have to keep up on, but it really helps. But I mean, you can get these patches, like this one right here has got menthol and capsaicin, but you can get lidocaine. Oh, that lidocaine is really helpful. And you can get lidocaine in a gel or cream too, to rub into sore muscles too. And it really helps. If you are in a lot of pain, somewhere in your body where you can rub something onto it, if that area is just screaming, the nerves are just, every time your heart beats, you feel it, and it's just screaming. Boy, the lidocaine can really calm the surface down, the nerves on the surface. It can really calm things down and help. But there's so many different forms, in different things that help, that you can put on your skin. One of my favorites, besides these patches and the lidocaine, is arnica. And I wonder if I can fix my camera. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with it. I've got it mirroring right now. But arnica, this one isn't a gel, and you can rub this in, into your skin, and that really, really helps with pain as well. But you can also get it in, I don't know if I have them here. I might have taken them all, but you can also get arnica at like a health food store in little tablets, and you just put them under your tongue and let them dissolve. And like I said, it's not going to be like taking an opiate, but it does help though. And I even have, I think I'm out of those too. Darn it! I usually have them laying on my desk here, but I have a jar that's arnica, but it's got a bunch of other herbs mixed in with it too. But you just put it under your tongue and let it dissolve. Man, that stuff can really, really help. What have I got in here? Oh, these goodies. I love these goodies. Okay, I've got a whole list I'll go through in a minute of essential oils that are really helpful for pain. But these are some of my favorites. This one is just pain. And this one kind of goes with it, and it's called Deeper. And you rub these together into your skin wherever you're hurting. Oh my goodness, that can help. It creates a warmth, and it does if you put this deeper on with the pain, and these are combinations of essential oils that are put together. But oh boy, they can really help. And I found when I'm really, if my neck or my trapezius muscles are always tight, but if they are just screaming and I can't even think straight because they're hurting so much, I found that lidocaine, I put some lidocaine on it and let that absorb a little bit. And then I put some arnica on and I let that absorb. And then I put these on. And that combination, man, it can really calm things down. And then my friend told me about this one. Okay, now the ones that I was just talking about, the Deeper and the pain, and these are from, let's see, Butterfly Express is the brand that these combinations are. But my friend told me about this one. This is birch oil. It's just essential oil. I believe sometimes you see it as birch, but this birch oil, if you rub this into your joints or to your muscles wherever you're hurting, this stuff is amazing. I had never heard about it. But I have a friend who is a yoga instructor, and she really struggles with knees. And she even quit teaching yoga for a while because her knees were so bad and she needs to have them replaced. But she's got elderly parents that she's taking care of, and it's just not an option right now. And this stuff, this birch oil, has just been a lifesaver for her. And she just rubs this, every couple of hours, she's rubbing this into her knees. But I've used it all over my body, different places, and the birch, and it is very helpful. If you have sensitive skin, you don't want to put these essential oils directly on your skin if you're sensitive. And what you want to do is get something like this is a bottle of just I believe it's sweet almond oil. This is a good carrier oil. And if you put, just put a little bit of this almond oil in the palm of your hand, and then put a couple of drops of whatever you want, whatever the essential oil is that you want to rub into your skin. If you mix that with that almond oil first before you put it on your skin, then it's not going to irritate your skin as badly. If you are sensitive. I'm not. I just rub them straight in. But let's see, what else have I got in here? Oh, this is another one of my favorites. This is doTERRA, and this is another combination. This is deep blue, and this is, good grief, it's got a bunch of stuff in it, a bunch of stuff. Like, it would take me way too long to read through the list. But this stuff is really, really helpful. It feels like it gets deep. Like it's creates a lot of warmth, and oh boy, that helps so much. But this doTERRA brand, for some reason, seems to get really deep, and it's very helpful. But if you use this, then you already know. But if you haven't used this before, I need to warn you that if you use this stuff, either put like a plastic glove or something on first before you rub it in, or wash your hands several times after you're done if you don't have a glove, because if you touch your eyes or your private area when you go to the bathroom or something like that, it will burn. So just warning you now. My never forget. I was up at my sister's one time, and her husband, he has bad elbows, and Tommy will understand that one. Yeah, he's an electrician, and he's just always, using his hands and his arms, and he's always busy, and his elbows are really bothering him. And my mother had some of this deep blue in her purse, and she gave it to him to try, and he really, really liked it until he went to the bathroom. And the look on his face when he walked out of the bathroom, oh boy, yeah, yeah, it can burn. So just be careful with that one, okay? Let's see. I've got, good grief, I've got so much crap in here. You know what I find with a lot of, I just got all kinds of little things too, but menthol is in almost every single one of them. But things like menthol, peppermint, what, good grief, let me just look at, I got a list here of, somewhere I do. Let's see, where did I put it? There are so many different essential oils that you can use that are really helpful. Let's see, where am I here? Okay, peppermint, lavender. Let's see, wintergreen. Okay, I already wrote down peppermint. Okay, rosemary, chamomile, clary sage, lemongrass, and frankincense. All of those are really, really good essential oils for pain. But then I have a list here of anti-inflammatory too, and those would be rose, bergamot, eucalyptus, ginger, cloves, thyme, birch, I've already talked about that one, fennel, Roman chamomile, helichrysum, and patchouli. All of those are anti-inflammatory too. And the nice thing with essential oils is, you don't have to just rub them in to your skin to get effect. You can also put them like in a diffuser, and they are helpful that way as well. And I'll just remind you guys, I am putting together a bunch of handouts that I can email anybody who wants all the information that I'm presenting, because I know I'm throwing a lot at you. I realize, and there's no way you can remember all of that. So I'm going to have handouts. So if you just email me, I will send these to you. I haven't finished getting them all typed up yet, but I've got an 8-hour car ride today, so I'm going to sit in the passenger seat and finish this stuff up. Let's see. There are, okay, I know where I want to go next. Anybody who's dealing with chronic pain will probably have been sent to a pain specialist. And we have one here in town that's still fairly new, and he has a physician's assistant that works with him, and they're both amazing. But the problem is that you've got to wait 6 weeks to get in. If you have something that pops up and you need it taken care of, you're going to wait, which is unfortunate, and it's not fun. I mean, I have besides fibromyalgia, I have trigeminal neuralgia, which affects the nerves in my face, and sometimes I'll get this pain that'll just come down, through my jaw, and it is extreme pain. It's not fun. My chiropractor told me that they actually, when he was going through chiropractor school, they told him that they called it the suicide disease, because trigeminal neuralgia can be so painful that it will push people to that point. And I probably shouldn't have said that word. Sorry, Tommy. Shouldn't have used that word. But Yeah, I'm the last time I had a flare up in my face like that, I called them up, and when you're in extreme pain, you do not want to be told that it's going to be 6 weeks, but from what I understand, 6 weeks is pretty good compared to what a lot of other people have to wait to be seen. But there are so many different things that they can do for you at the pain, at a pain specialist clinic, besides just pills. And I've had a lot of different things done, but they will do trigger point injections where they will, wherever you are having pain, there's usually, like a trigger point where if you touch that, with like acupressure or acupuncture, it can help relieve the pain, but they will inject like, I believe it's just corticosteroids into trigger points, and they will help alleviate some of the pain. They actually do it in deep areas too, to use x-rays to make sure that they're in the right place. They can put like a numbing medication deep into deep areas. So if you're dealing with like sciatica, something like that, they can do that. I mean, there's a lot of other things they can do, like I said, besides just giving you a medication. Another option is something called, oh, well, wait, okay. I'm looking at, there's a lot more here I need to go through. Wow. Okay. They have some pain pumps where they can put a, I don't know much about the pain pumps, to tell you the truth. I know that it uses a medication, and it's delivered, it's surgically inserted, from what I understand. They put a little pump in, so it can get right where you need it. And you can, if I understand it right, you have control over this little pump that you can have more of the medication put into that area where you need it. And I think they use some really strong narcotics like Dilaudid, or what was the other one? But anyway, but when it's going into a very specific place like that, it does affect you. It doesn't have that psychoactive effect. But I know that pain pumps are one of the things they can do to help pain. Spinal cord stimulation too, where they can put. Oh, do I have that nearby? I don't know where. I don't know where that is. I might have packed it already. If you've ever been to the chiropractor or physical therapy, and they have those little TENS units that use electricity, they have those little pads that they'll stick on you in places, and they'll send some sort of electrical stimulation. That can really help with pain, and they can put those into your body right where you need them, and it will send out an electrical charge that will kind of disrupt the pain. What's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, guys, I've been up all night. Boy, I just can't find the words I want to use today. But it'll be like it'll be an electrical impulse, that will disrupt the pain signals. That's what I was trying to say. The pain signals that are going to your brain, it can disrupt that, so you aren't feeling the pain. There's also something called radio wave ablation, and I've seen that done before, where they get a needle, like an acupuncture needle, and they will use a really strong radio wave, and it will burn the nerve endings. And I don't know, at least 6 months, if I remember correctly. For like 6 months, if they do an ablation, that nerve is going to bother you for at least 6 months, and that's a nice one. There's also different kinds of nerve blocks that they can do. Let's see what else. Okay. My husband and I have, one of those TENS units. We keep that around just because if we have running injuries or other injuries from training, so that's really nice to have. Honestly, we have a physical therapy office at our house, and I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. We have the ASTEM tool. We got everything. But we even have we have a little. I should have. Dang it! I packed it. Darn it! Because we're leaving today for races. You never know what you might need, but we have this. It looks like a little pen, and if you find just the right nerve ending, like the what's the word I'm looking for? I apologize, guys. I am not doing well today. I can't think. We have a little thing that sends a little shock, like a little. It just looks like a pen. And if you get it in the right spot, in like what's the word I'm looking for? I apologize, guys. I'm really off today. But there's that. There's acupuncture and acupressure. There's so many different things that you can do to treat pain. And then there's a new one that I have tried also. If you guys have heard of ozone therapy, my chiropractor does this, and they have to have an ozone generator, that takes, so you have to have an oxygen tank, and then a little machine, this generator, that just puts another molecule of oxygen so that you have three molecules of oxygen instead of just the two, O2, ozone is O3. Anyway, will have he has a generator that will, add that extra molecule of oxygen to it, and then he'll just put it in a syringe and he injects the gas right in. I have him do it on my neck because it's my neck that is such a source of pain so much of the time. But it is very anti-inflammatory. I'm not sure what it is about that, but there's something about having that extra molecule of oxygen. It's very healing, very anti-inflammatory, can really aid in healing. I know he treats a lot of people who had some sort of injury, like even our son-in-law was bucked off his horse. He has cattle, and he was off and injured. I don't even remember what he injured anymore, but this chiropractor that I go to is actually one of his really good friends. That he would use this ozone therapy. He was injecting, I believe it was his elbow. So Tony, if you're listening, I know I've told you about this before, but look into ozone therapy, because if you have those injections, around your elbow, it's anti-inflammatory, so it's going to help with the pain, and it's going to help heal it too. There's also a new treatment that they do here I think it's across the country. I just know the one here in Utah that does it, but they will take your own stem cells and inject them into an area. Like if you have worn the cartilage out in your knee and you're looking at a knee replacement, having the stem cell therapy can actually help regrow some of that cartilage. I have no idea what's going on today. There must be another solar storm or something, but anyway, let's see. You know what? We're going to have a part 3. I'm not even getting to, I'm still not through, I'm maybe through 2/3 of the information I have here for you. Good grief. I can't believe that it's that time already. Wow. Let's see. Anyway, I was going to say, if you guys are interested in learning more about any of these things, like um, the treatments that they can do at the pain clinic, or if you are curious about ozone therapy, I can, next time I go, I can just take my camera with me and have, get some filming of this stuff so you can see if you guys want to know more about it. Um, let's see. Another topical that is really helpful is this stuff, Voltaren. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. Diclofenac, I believe, is diclofenac sodium. This stuff used to be prescription. It's not anymore. It's over the counter now, and you can buy it. This is the name brand, but you can get it. I believe you can get it. You must be able to get it. But what's the word that means not named? The generic. Good grief, because I've got some generic right here. But this stuff is really helpful. It's anti-inflammatory. It's considered a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, so it's in the same drug category as like Aleve or Motrin, ibuprofen, that kind of thing. But it's it goes through your skin, and it's very anti-inflammatory. It there it comes with a little card, and I don't know what I've done with the card, but if it's for the upper part of your body, you squirt out a certain amount. There's just like a little line that will show you. You squirt that much out, and put it on your upper part of your body. If it's your on your arm or your neck or whatever. And if it's on your lower part of your body, then you use more. But it's something you do have to do, I believe, 3 times a day, if I remember correctly. But if that's something that you are using every day, it can be very helpful. That's a good one. And boy, I've still got so much more information to share with you guys. So we're going to have a part 3, and then definitely a part 4, because I have a whole bunch of mobility exercises. These aren't hard exercises to do. This is just exercises to make sure that you maintain the range of motion throughout your body, and even down to your fingers. And I've got a whole bunch of those exercises that I'm going to do a whole video on. I'm just going to set my camera up, probably hit the gym, and just run through it so that you guys can see each one of them. And and then you'll have that video, so anytime you want to run through those again, because honestly, keeping your mobility, using your body, keeping it moving is one of the things that's going to help with pain and keep you from getting more pain. Our bodies were designed to be used, to be moved. They weren't designed to sit at a desk all day in front of a computer or on a phone, with your head down. I mean, we're built to move, to twist, and when you aren't moving, you're losing mobility, you're losing your range of motion, and you're going to end up with pain. So that's something that I really want to share with you guys. There's so many things that I do, and like I said, when they all add up, they make living with chronic pain doable, where you're not just existing, where you can actually thrive. Yesterday was not a fun day. Or was it the day before? I can't even remember. They all run together. But I was really bad the other day. I had planned to come on, and I just couldn't. There's some days like that, but most of the time I'm pretty good that way. Anyway, I can't believe it's an hour. We've gone through an hour already. Let's see here. We got Cheryl has popped in. We got Scooby and John, Virginia. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while, Virginia, and Jason. And I will talk to my friend who is the pharmacist and get some more. I just want all the information I can possibly get before I give it to you. Let's see. And of course, we've got Charlie. Who else has popped in? Dennis and Full of Hope HC. Wow, from Vancouver. I have an Australian cousin that lives there now. Oh, and it is Heather. Oh, her name's Heather. Nice. Good name. John Doe. Let's see. Who else? Annette. Hello. Let's see. I don't want to really miss anybody. I am still just blown away that you guys will get up this early and sit through an hour with me. You guys are awesome. Anyway, uh, if I missed you, I apologize, but I'm so glad that you guys are all here. And, I just really, I live with chronic pain. It's just the way it is, and like I said, there's a lot of things that I have learned that make life better. When you're not hurting, life is so much better. And, there are lots of things that you can do to help that. And so that you don't have to take, some sort of opiate or opioid. That's definitely what I got to stay away from. But there are, like I said, there's lots of things that you can do, and I've sure learned a lot, and so I really want to share that with you guys. That's something that we really have to be careful of. Even if narcotics, if opiates or opioids weren't your drug of choice when you were, in your addiction, it's still something that you need to be careful of, because we can, if you have, if you are easily, if you have that, what's the word I'm looking for again? If you have like an addictive personality, that can be a problem. So I just want to make sure that everybody is aware of all the different things you can do. And if there is something that you do that is very helpful and I don't mention it, please email me and tell me about it, because I want to make sure, that everybody knows about this stuff. I mean, I teach a class on this at the community college here. And I'm always open and looking for new ideas and things that might help, because what works for me may not work for you. Just want to share all of that, and keep us happy and keep us healthy. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I will be on tomorrow, I believe in the evening, because we're traveling to Colorado Springs for Spartan races, and yeah, it'll be fun, but it's kind of gets in the way of live streaming, but we're going to do it anyway. But I'll probably be on, I think I'll be on tomorrow evening again. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Please, if you are struggling, reach out, make sure you've got a list of 5 people that you can call when you have an emergency. Because everybody's going to experience emergencies. You need to have a plan of how you're going to handle that so that you don't fall back into your addiction. And talking to people is so helpful. So, please, if you're struggling, reach out. And if you feel like you're strong enough, be the one that somebody can call. I'll tell you, it is extremely helpful. Gives you such a boost when you can help somebody else. Really does help. Anyway, you guys have a great day. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow.